Hi, and welcome to another Goat format gameplay video by Ready Made Gaming. Today we have Goat Control going up against Skrillex Pile. And if you don't know what that deck name means, you are not alone. I open with a Ring, Dust Tornado, Trap Dust Shoot, Mystic Tomato, and Chaos Sorcerer. Skrill opens up Berserk Roller, Reasoning, Enraged Battlelocks, BLS, Morphing Jar, and Return from the Different Dimension. Reasoning. Usually call 5. Always call 5. So the reasoning, we always call 5 because Air Knight Parshath is probably the most impactful monster, unless we have an immediate answer to it. There are some opportunities that I would take to name 8 if I thought Dark Magician of Chaos was coming. I will Dust Shoot Skrill here. We probably should just take Black Lesser Soldier Envoy at the beginning, because it pairs very nicely with Return from the Different Dimension. But we'll take Morphing Jar. Our hand's pretty monster heavy. We don't have an immediate answer to it. One of my great fears playing Goat Control is getting outplayed by somebody with a Morphing Jar. And I feel like I just kind of was outplayed, because there's no real reason I should have taken that card. He summons a Berserk Gorilla in attack mode, gets in for 2k. We know we have the Sook to answer it, so we Sook it down, set a spell or trap, and attack. Tomato beats Deco. So now we know he has Enraged Battlelocks, Return from the Different Dimension, BLS in hand. 2 unknowns. Could be time for BLS. He's going to hold the BLS for now. He wants to be able to BLS and return in the same turn. Get that Parshath, that Deco back. An extra 3k on the battlefield is fine. Dust Tornado, one of the set cards. There's a Ring, so we know the other face down is return. We do not use Dust Tornado's secondary ability to set a spell or trap. Sook your monster down, attack it, and then attack with Tomato. Set another one. Now we just have to defend against the BLS. We have to Dust Tornado. Okay, that's a good call. Dust Tornado the face down during standby, because we know that it's return, and currently there's nothing in the remove from play zone. I still think he has to special summon BLS and banish the Tomato. He chooses not to, playing it conservatively, and that's fine. 24. 2 goats. Take 2 goats down. Pot of Greed off the top. Never a bad card to draw. Reasoning. Here I would probably still call 5. But I think 8 might be the play here. It's like Parshath obviously sucks for us, but Gaia Soul, the Combustible Collective, that is a 2000 beast monster. Now it's time for Black Lesser Soldier or EOTB. Banish that. Attack. And we'll ring our own Sangan here. That's an interesting play. So we must already have an immediate answer to the BLS. The Gaia Soul is going to die in the end of turn, so it's possible that with the last Scapegoat token, we summon Shining Angel, attack, creature swap, and banish the Shining Angel. It's also possible we have to ram Shining Angel into something just to get a light in the bin. So ram Shining Angel into BLS, take the 16. What do we have here? Yep. Take the 16. Go get an Angel. So we just take the 116. We don't double up on the light monsters in the bin. Probably should special summon the Chaos Sorcerer in attack mode. You're not playing around Mirror Force here. You're just being too fancy. Looks like Skrill's going to pick up his graveyard, check some things out, probably set a Magician of Faith, or or concede the game. Bazoo. Okay, Bazoo. Okay, so I kind of see what the point of what Skrillex is trying to do here. Get a bunch of big guys on the battlefield. Why no kill Chaos Sorcerer, Skrill? What is your plan? No plan. Just accepting. Pot of Greed. Never a bad draw. Into a Magician of Faith and an open a crossout, so we have an opportunity to press the advantage here a little bit. You can banish with Chaos Sorcerer and then flip. What the heck is happening here? Why did I cross out my own Shining Angel? This is absurd. I cannot explain the actions that I just took. But I'm assuming it is very possible for Skrill to just have no outs. Well, I must have crossed that out. Oh, you know why? Because I'm so low on life points. Yes, so I crossed it out so I couldn't get Enraged Battle Ox. That is correct. That's why I brought it out in defense. Okay, that makes some degree of sense then. Yes. Okay, so on to game 2. That was absurd. Double Enraged Battle Ox, Aranite Parshath, Morphing Jar, Sangin, and then creatures and creature swap. Skrill starts with a face down and passes. Yeah, so that was actually a pretty high level play then, to knock my own Shining Angel so I wouldn't take piercing damage because it would leave me at dead. So we knew that he had the Enraged Battle Ox from the beginning of the game, from that dust shoot, and that's why we did that. It wasn't just stunting on him. It was there was an actual reason for that. Tomato attacks Sangin. Sangin finds something. Enraged Battle Ox. Oh. Didn't draw for turn. Enraged Battle Ox. Attack the tomato. I take 300. Fetching a tomato. Snatch Steal the tomato. Sorry, Priest. Kill tomato. Tomato get either tomato or Spirit Reaper. Spirit Reaper would be pretty good here. Sorry, Priest gets to crash with Enraged Battle Ox. Sangin gets in for a rack. I think I would have rather taken the last tomato out of the deck and then got the Sangin, just paid the extra 300 life points to take a card out of my deck. But it's also possible that, like, later in the game I'll want to draw a tomato because it's another avenue to Nidoria. Definitely take BLS here. Yep. As per usual. Now you find yourself in the position where you get to maybe give your opponent a Magician of Faith with that creature swap. So the play would be Sook down Sangin, flip Sangin up. Creature swap over the Sangin, take the guy, get the free hit in with the Sook, get the Sangin search, make it so you can't tribute for an Aranite Parshath. So the evaluation is, would you rather have a Sangin on the battlefield or a card in your hand? And I think the evaluation is pretty simple when you have Magician of Faith available to you. Especially like Magician of Faith, Sook, and Creature Swap. Like, that's thoroughly aggravating to play through. Knock your Deco. I don't have any of those. So Skrillex is probably playing 3 Decoichi here, and that's pretty common in decks that play Return from the Different Dimension. No Decos, okay. So we set the Faith, and I think we're up pretty considerably on cards here. That's an easy Sack Armor Mirror Force target, sure. Just insulate us from losing our Magician of Faith, because flip Faith, get back swap, Summon Sook, Sook down Magician, creature swap over the Sook, pass. You just steal one of their things forever. This is aggressive. And we get stone punished. And there's a Grace in there, my goodness. Duo. I don't know if we want to set anything else. I know we have a Dust Shoot. Maybe we don't have a Dust Shoot. It's Ring and Storm. I always set Storm. Reasoning 5. Always 5. Never not 5. That's the second time that Parshath was just straight on the top of the deck, too. Breaker. Breaker break. No goats. Swing again with the Faith in the Breaker. Combustible Soul, yeah, kill that. Blows up in the end step. He might just be playing that because it's an ultimate rare. 1,500 more. Reasoning. I've only seen exactly one Parshath. I might call 4 here. Apparently we just called 5. Playing pretty conservatively. Faith, Grace. Get us a Sook. It did. Excellent. Discard cards that are not Tsukuyomi. No attack. Definitely not risking the Sook here. Reasoning. I don't know what we call. 4 is fine. So we get back swap. We can get blown out by scapegoats here for sure, yeah. I wonder if we just do Chaos Sorcerer. I still have a scapegoat. Sook goes back to my hand. So we're kind of all in here, but Skrill's down to 2 cards. Heavy Storm would not even really be that problematic. Mirror Force. Kind of a beating there. Definitely getting punished for overextending. But we're not setting anything. We're just Tarantula and try to jam in with my normal 1,400 monsters. Is there a target left? There is. I know at least one of the Shining Angels is banished. I know the DD Warrior Lady's in the bin, I believe. Yeah, book your guy, cross him out, and get in there. Yeah, kind of a tough matchup for a Skrillex pile because my deck has some idea of what it's trying to accomplish, and I think what Skrillex is trying to do is get as many additional summons per turn as he possibly can fit into one deck, and like I would almost, if I'm looking at a deck like that, I would almost want to see 0 copies of Air Knight Parshath. Like, I think you're just all in on 4s and Jinzo and Demok. Because the most common number that I call is 5. Like, I just don't want people to get a free Parshath because a free Parshath is very problematic. It pierces, and generally I like to play more defensive decks. So if you're going to play the reasoning stuff, but then again, you run into the situation where how do you get your lights for BLS and those sorcerers? So I think you could go, like, you don't want Magician of Faiths. You don't want Merchants as your hit. I think if you're playing Return, you could do Slate Warriors in the main. Because if Slate Warrior gets set and knocked, and you can Return from the Different Dimension. That's 5,700. But hey, it's an interesting strategy. It's a nice take on the format. Combustible Soul, Gaia Soul, the Combustible Collective, I'm quite sure is there because it is literally an ultimate rare. And if that's the reasoning, then God love you. That's a way to play Yu-Gi-Oh that both thoroughly confuses me and I have great appreciation for. So yeah, thanks for sticking around. Final thoughts, all that stuff, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good one.